might like this.
Guys, welcome back to the Art of Whiskey. You heard Chance say it. Hey, you might like this, maybe. Now, this is a
Wheated bourbon.
No. You said it was wheat. That isn't what? He can't remember me. We did. Look, we covered a lot in a little bit of time. Objectively, he wanted to talk about a wheat that wasn't Weller.
Oh.
Yeah, see, don't
the tagline.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Yeah, these are wheats not called Weller.
There you go. Wheat, no Weller.
Yeah.
Man. Look, and we got some Weller too. I got some in there if he was looking for it.
And Weller's the most famous wheat out there, right? Everybody talks about Weller and wheat, and then you get into their Pappies, and all those are Weller profiles as well, which are wheated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, them Pappies are good. And they all Wellers? Are they all wheats?
They're all wheats. Well, they make a rye too, the Old Family Reserve. Yeah.
I've had that too. It's good.
Yeah.
Now,
but the 10, 12, 15, 23, those are all wheats. Yep.
Say less. Now, which one of these do we start with? What do you want people to know? And what makes a wheat unique, man? And take your time. I'm just rambling.
Well, the big thing I want you to realize is there's other things out there besides Weller, right? Everybody chases the 107s and the 12s and the full proofs and CYPBs and single barrels from Weller. But there's all these stuff, and most of these are shelf available. And if you can get a pick, even better, honestly.
Now, make sure you explain to them what a pick is. So, guys.
Right. So a barrel pick.
Yeah. You go to the liquor store. It's 15 brands of Green River on the thing. What are they looking for when they see Green River?
Yeah, so that's a specs pick. So they actually went and picked that barrel as it was unique and different than the other wheateds. So I like picks because you can have a better experience with them. They're not just shelf stable or shelf regulars, you know.
Yeah.
And then makers, their whole thing is consistency. Like, you're not going to get a pick of makers. If you do, it's going to be a staved profile. It's not going to be a barrel pick. But Makers is a good wheated product. Nine Banded is actually a Texas wheat.
Oh wow.
Larceny is your Heaven Hill line.
And when you say Texas wheat, does the wheat come from Texas and go somewhere else, or
I don't know.
Is it a Texas brand that has a wheated bourbon?
It is a Texas brand that has a wheated bourbon. It doesn't say anything about grain to glass or anything like that. So,
see, guys, you gotta ask those things. Look, whiskey's very technical, as I've learned, and I appreciate these technicalities now. I didn't before, but like Chance said, hey, if I go and I see Green River, this is what sticks out. And then I'm like, well, what else should I be looking for on the label? For us, we're proofers, meaning I don't want no 90 and 100 under unless somebody told me it's got more flavor than anything I've ever had. I'm like, okay, I'll take that 86 or 90 proof. In this particular case, I'm always looking for 115 and up. So when I see 117, I say, you know what? I'll run that risk if I've never had it. And there's a game at the bottom of this one. So single barrel picks are important. Knowing where the wheat comes from. We was at MGP and they talked about the grass to grain, and even others that are now doing their own grain to glass too.
yeah. Here's an MGP wheat right here.
And this is Old Wheater Antique. Interesting. We had 9 wheated barrels that came in on this particular truck.
Yep.
God, I be remembering stuff now, boy.
And the reason I said you might like that, check that proof.
Oh yeah, I've been hanging around Buck. You know, Buck texted me this morning.
That's
like
126.
9 something for it. It's like, look at these knives I got for Father's Day. And so somebody,
Buck.
yeah, so somebody even there, I said, you know, Buck, I know you said you'll see me tomorrow since you're in town all week. I said, I'll bring you some chicken. He said, what are you cooking today? It's a true story, man.
And this is Heaven Hill product, distilled at Bernheim.
Bernheim. Now, what is Bernheim? What does that mean?
Bernheim is an historic distillery in Louisville. I get confused because people say Heaven Hill is from Bardstown, but they really just store whiskey at Bardstown. They just now finally started distilling there. They have a brand new distillery there. But the majority or almost all of their whiskey, anything older than 2 years, came from Bernheim.
Now, guys, I don't know if you knew this, and if you didn't, Chance does a good job of articulating. A lot of this whiskey, it's moving all the time, I feel like. It's here, there, and it feels like nowhere. Then it ends up in a bottle, and we don't know what's going on. Unless you have Chance around, he says, well, no, this was done in Virginia. Or Virginia did it in Kentucky. And then Kentucky took it to Virginia and then did it again.
Yeah.
And you go, well, why are they doing all that? Why do they do all that, Chance? Why does that whiskey move around so much?
Well, some places store whiskey better than others. We know that. We the blendery keeps the majority of its stocks in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And we bring stuff down that they're going to use in the next 18 months, basically. So
well, the key to that too, though, is life expectancy. Yeah. You have more life in Kentucky than you ever have in Texas, especially as we warm up and get into the summertime now.
Right. So they may distill at one place and store it another place to affect flavor, affect yield, affect all those kind of things, that consistency in a barrel. All those things matter when you're moving those barrels to different places after distillery.
Tell them 3 things that they should know about wheat when getting into it.
So I think it's the most approachable bourbon you can find.
Okay.
I also think if you like sweet bourbon, even though corn is always going to be sweet towards bourbon, I think wheat can lean into that even more. And if it's not sweet, it's going to be cereal grain. I don't think either is offensive, and they're both familiar. So that's the other thing. And then the other thing is, please don't think the first wheat you try at 80 proof is the only wheat out there, because there is a slew of them and they all taste different. They all have their unique grains. They're not so wide as rye, but it's definitely a flavor grain that can enhance the bourbon. And that's why I like wheat, because it can give you something a little different than a corn bourbon or a rye bourbon.
Interesting, guys. Well, in the next video, we're going to get a little bit more detailed when it comes to the wheat and the wheat experience. What I will tell you is, wheat is good. Keep a whiskey, guys.